Once again, it's time for cricket's biggest and brightest franchise league. If you're a seasoned veteran, a part-timer, or IPL curious in any way, you've arrived in the right place. Strap yourself in because you're about to embark on a 2-month journey that could very well change how you watch cricket forever. The IPL is a tournament that's been going on now since 2008 and sees 10 teams compete for a very big, very shiny gold trophy. So how does it all work? Here are your 10 teams, more on them in a bit, and they'll play 14 games each this season. Now, instead of a round-robin home and away style system, the teams have been grouped. Now, there's been a touch of confusion this season because we don't have the second half of the fixture calendar, but let's look at what the BBC have reported. So taking the Mumbai Indians, for example, they would play each of these teams 4 times, and they play each of these teams home and away. So what this converts to is a table and then a playoff system. First plays second, the winner progresses to the final. Third plays fourth, the winner plays the loser of the first game, the winner of that then progresses to the final, then it's winner takes all. Now this is all well and good, but what's a tournament without a team to root for? In another world, a world without me, you might have to watch for a couple of weeks and awkwardly stumble to a team that you kind of like. But for your viewing pleasure, I've streamlined that experience. You're welcome. For ease of access, I've split the teams into 3 groups. We have incredibly serious, we have cautiously optimistic, and we have thanks for showing up. In this world, there are 2 big dogs. The Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings are incredibly serious franchises that have both won the IPL multiple times, but they have very distinct vibes. So pick one of these 2 if you value winning, you dirty glory hunter. And if you want this to be showtime, then the Mumbai Indians are your team. So this is a franchise that builds itself around superstars, particularly of Indian cricket. We have Bumrah, we have Hardik, we have Rohit. It's all very Real Madrid Galacticos, leather jackets and sunnies. This is a franchise owned by one of the richest families in the world. This is not the place that you're going to if you're looking for a bit of restraint. But if you like to think of yourself as a little bit more traditional, then it's Dad's Army that you want. The vibe of CSK is an assortment of bits and pieces players, some old timers, but they all play out of their skin for 2 months. Maybe it's Magic, maybe it's MS Dhoni, maybe it's all the same thing. Now we're in the sweet spot. You want hope, but you don't want guaranteed glory. These are the guys who can get very serious and then get very silly. And to this point, you might be wondering what this rather fetching outfit is. Well, these are the Rajasthan Royals, my beloved double Rs. And this is why they should break your heart too. See, if you're English, this is often where you end up, because it turns out that the game plan of Jos Butler and Prey isn't just limited to the England 2020 side. Despite the fact that this team has plenty of talented players, the difference between winning and losing does tend to come down to if Butler's got runs or not. It's life on the edge. In 2022, Jos Butler got 4 centuries. Life was amazing. Last year, Jos got 5 ducks, and it was difficult. Equally capable of great emotional distress are the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. They have a new name, they have a new kit, but I'm pretty sure that the vibe of incredible optimism followed by crushing defeat is still there. For a rough sporting analogy, they have Virat Kohli, and it's similar to Harry Kane at Tottenham Hotspur. You look at them and you think, wow, this man is incredible, this man is fantastic. And then you look at his achievements section on Wikipedia and you think, oh, something's missing. They will give you joy, they will give you some great individual performances, but it might amount to nothing. In the realm of winning stuff, let's introduce the Gujarat Titans. They've only existed since 2022, so they're funky and fresh, and in that time they won the first one and came second in the next. So Dan, why aren't they in the incredibly serious category? Well, they might have just taken part in one of the worst business deals ever. See, their captain was Hardik Pandya, superstar all-rounder, but he's gone back to the Mumbai Indians. Now, I'm no psychic, because they don't actually exist, but I think this does considerable damage to the Titans' title chances. Say that 3 times fast. And look, obviously they still have Rashid Khan, spin genius, and Shubman Gill, male model, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them. Finally in this category, I've chucked in the Lucknow Super Giants, so they've finished 3rd in both seasons. They're one of the other new kids on the block. They're consistent. Their vibe is something just above competent. Is it the most exciting pick in the world for me? No, probably not. And also, you do have the thing that their home ground might just turn into Arrakis about halfway through, and every game is 100 plays 100. If optimism isn't quite your vibe, then let me introduce you to the Kolkata Knight Riders. Once upon a time, this was a team of contenders, this was a team of winners, but it's all gone a bit wrong lately. But I will say what's lovely about them is they've basically kept the same kit the entire time, so if the vibe you're going for is mentally stuck in the past, these are your guys. And in a tournament where you build teams around fantastic Indian talent and you supplement it with your overseas pick, what about a team who have completely misunderstood this and created an array of some of the most promising overseas players in the tournament, despite the fact you can only play 4 of them at a time? Sunrisers Hyderabad have basically ignored all conventional wisdom and they have brought an array of worldwide stars. And you might be thinking, now why would I support them? Their captain is Pat Cummins. Win or lose, you get to spend the game looking at Pat Cummins. Speaking of Australians, you might be one. And in that case, stop talking about moral victories all the time. It's not funny anymore. But anyway, you might be looking to enjoy the IPL and you need the Delhi Capitals. David Warner, Mitch Marsh, Ricky Ponting at the helm. Delhi Down Under isn't just a description of their performance in the league table anymore. And maybe you just want to see a team give it a boff. The Punjab Kings have spent the last couple of years building a team around guys who can just smash it. Has it worked so far? Not really, but let me tell you, if it does work, will it be glorious? So you have your favourite team now, but what happens next? Well, it's a fairly standard 2020 tournament. 6 over power play, 4 overseas players, but we do have an impact sub rule. That's pretty fun when the teams actually manage to use it correctly, because it should allow you to essentially have an extra batter and an extra bowler. But believe you me, you'll see teams using it in a way that is puzzling at best. Oh, and you can review wides too, which I'll be honest, isn't something that I'd ever thought about in my life until the first ball of the Super Over, because Jofra didn't bowl a wide. Look, at this point, it's for the best if you prepare all of your senses for what happens when the teams step out onto the pitch. And first up, here are your kits. Now, you might want to disregard everything I've said up to this point and pick solely on a basis of fashion, because that's what I did. You will immediately notice that this league has no place for minimalism. It is bright and it is bold. And if at first it all seems a bit much, believe me when I say they will grow on you. And this is especially true when they take to the field. Under the floodlights, these kits pop, and the vibrancy of the kits is matched by the overall atmosphere. See, the IPL is not the kind of cricket you bring a picnic and a spot of knitting to. It is loud, it is intense. You will get that one horn sound stuck in your head. And one of the real quirks of the IPL is where the sponsors become part of the game. 4s are on the go, 6s are cracking, and you will wonder, how many Dream 11 points does this get me? And look, you might think it's all a bit much, a bit of subtlety wouldn't go amiss, but believe me when I say, it's going to come into your daily life pretty soon. One day you think it's strange, and the next you're naming random sponsors when you're taking out the bins and doing the washing up. It comes for us all. And finally, you might see a couple of people in different coloured caps, and don't worry, they haven't had a mare with the washing up. These are to designate the top run scorer and top wicket taker. Orange for runs, purple for wickets. And believe me when I say there is no real heartbreak like your team having the orange cap holder, the purple cap holder, and still not managing to win. Congratulations, you've made it. With all the pride of a parent looking at their child in an ill-fitting blazer on the first day of school, I can say you're a true IPL fan now. You could con anyone. Go forth and feel utter pain when your favourite side let you down, over and over again. And if you're still here, don't forget to subscribe for more IPL content. I'll see you next time.